In summer 2009, channel surfing from my sofa, I stopped at CCTV 10. Lower left were 5 words: Ailau Mountains Sudden Death Mystery. Approaching science showed foggy Ailau ridges, then a weed-choked village of ruined mud homes, its streets empty. Each July-August, villagers died without warning, walking, then falling headfirst, dead. The worst year claimed 5 or 6 in a week. After samples, tests and interviews, the epidemic station and experts suggested Keshin disease or Coxsackie virus. My heart raced. Shiaku was 30 kilometers from my hometown, Longji Township. As a child, I'd raided nests in its huge banyan. After the show, I sat still. CCTV had told only the half fit for television. A friend, deputy director of Longji's clinic, joined the investigation. Over drinks, he held his cup silent, then said 5 straw mat-wrapped bodies lay in the village office yard. An old man crouched by the banyan roots repeating, "When an owl cries here by day, someone dies." My medically trained friend scoffed. Next morning, an owl shrieked there in daylight. Colleagues stoned it away. That afternoon, 2 villagers fell dead while working in their yards. Ever after, someone died each July or August, as if collected on schedule. Another year, I saw several stretchers by the clinic. A teenage girl wailed. Her bloody-faced father flung down severed fingers from his pocket. No usual sudden deaths came that year, but Shiaku's honest boiler worker went mad with a wood-cutting knife. He killed one and hurt several. Caught blood red-eyed, he yelled gibberish as if possessed. These events troubled me over 10 years. After the 2009 show, I'd to see Shiaku and learn the cause, not from morbid curiosity. My bold childhood friend Ansheng agreed. From Jindong County Town, we picked him up in Longji, then rode 1 motorcycle onward. It was August, Pu'er's peak rains. At first, children played and smoke rose from yellow-walled, black-tiled homes. Near Shiaku, grass hid the road. Mugwort filled abandoned fields above head height, and lifeless grey ruins sagged beneath the entrance banyan. I rode slowly through mud. Only engine and wind broke the silence. Ruined earth houses exposed crooked beams and black mossy rafters. Damp rot smelled like a decade-sealed cellar. I checked the banyan's dark crown. Nothing. Near 6, rain whispered on tiles. We parked by a half-collapsed house and walked. Since relocation, Shiaku's narrow street and earth-brick homes had gone untended. Old shops included a raised wooden tango stew restaurant, black timber, half a stove, mouldy furniture. It was empty, yet hours later, people who couldn't be there would appear. After dark, we found an intact corner house, lit a fire, and drank baijiu through rain and thunder, discussing childhood orange thefts and later life. After 10, Ansheng whispered, "Is someone coughing outside?" Hearing only the storm, I called him drunk. Not even a ghost lived for kilometers. With less tolerance than I, he listened, scratched his head, drank more, and fell asleep snoring. Drunk too, I thoughtlessly left my Nokia recording on the floor. Without it, I might call the night a nightmare. Half asleep, I heard a low, wet cough outside, as if lungs held water. The nearest village was kilometers away. Who came at midnight to a village abandoned over 10 years? Holding firewood as a club, I cracked the rotten door. A swollen grey-white face pressed there, blurred and hollow-eyed. I sprang back and swung. Smack! I awoke, hitting the woodpile. A dream. Yet the shut door now hung from its frame, rain soaking the floor. Ansheng snored. Too heavy-headed to rise, I slept again. Cold woke me in mud outside the tango restaurant. Wind cut through the hollow. Weak yellow light glowed like a dying oil lamp. 5 or 6 figures sat at mouldy tables, heads down, slowly scraping at food. Bowls and chopsticks were silent. Only repeated motions disturbed the stillness. A shapeless black mass crouched in the darkest corner. When I squinted, all went black like an unplugged projector. I awoke by our dead fire, red coals pulsing near dawn. Next day we found Lao Tian, party secretary of neighbouring Luobushan for over 20 years. He laughed and slapped my shoulder. Are you mad? Coming in the death rain days? Don't you want to live? Locals named the July-August rain so because all Shiaku's sudden deaths occurred then. After circling the yard, Anshin cried, "How is that madman alive?" The attacker, orphaned and rejected by relatives, was left there by civil affairs, caged out back, fed once or twice daily, barely alive. At my insistence, Lao Tian showed us a rebar cage. Inside curled a skeletal man with dead grass hair and colourless clothes. As I neared, he sprang up and clearly called my name. Lao Tian and Ansheng stared. He had spoken no complete sentence in years. Looking past my shoulder into empty air, he mimed bowl and chopsticks and smiled. "Didn't you gentlemen have money for tangu last night? The one crouching by the wall followed you here." Ice flooded my back. Restaurant, corner, black shape. I gripped the bars and demanded an explanation. He only repeated, "Hungry, hungry." I fetched white rice. He ate head down and never looked up. I told them the whole night. Ansheng paled. Lao Tian stopped smiling. After silence, he said, "Come, those 2 child corpses are truly unnatural." Under torn canvas in a woodshed lay 2 mummies about 2 chi, roughly 2 feet, long, small, pointed-headed children in strange clothes and pointed hair buns. Iron chest plates named one Xiao Lusui. Rust hid the other. I leaned close. Something turned in both empty sockets, not light or imagination. Dried lips twitched into almost smiles. We jumped 3 feet back. Lao Tian sighed. "I told you not to look in their eyes." That night he killed a chicken and served homemade corn liquor. Several cups later, he explained, "It began with a fight over water. Long ago, Shiaku channeled bottling clear water from Lengfengqing ravine behind the mountain. Good water meant thriving people and lasting clan fortune. Upstream Shigwodi, among Pu'er's oldest indigenous Yi villages, preserved unimaginable witchcraft and goo. It accused Shiaku of stealing water from its doorstep. They fought. Outnumbered Shigwodi lost, reportedly with several dead. Shigwodi then worked secretly. Through unknown channels, its people traded civets, bear paws and other mountain goods for 2 living children, a boy and girl, then renamed them. Forgetting their true names supposedly cut off reincarnation, making resentment eternal. They mapped Shiaku's dragon vein and chose 2 vital points. In the 7th lunar month, at peak yin, each child was buried alive, head first in a hollow purple teak stump. Incantations sealed earth, locked souls, and pinned the formation. The goo would scatter Shiaku's people and end its bloodline. Each July-August afterward, it worked. Shiaku hired feng shui master Duan from Shishelu, Chuxiong. He was skilled. During a week's survey, his nose bled daily from what he called violent energy. Villagers gave him chicken and brown sugar eggs each day. After about a week, he found the source and prepared to dig. He spread fire ash on a winnowing basket, held a peach branch left and willow stick right, closed his eyes and chanted. Something guided his hands to trace 3 characters, Xiao Lusui. Young men dug as directed. 3 or 4 meters down lay an upside-down boy in a purple teak stump, his plate reading Xiao Lusui. The second was laborious, wrong position and depth, 2 days' work. Termites riddled its stump, earth energy ruined its body, and rust erased its plate. When both emerged, onlookers crowded close, then scattered. An old man fainted. Things turned in the sockets and the mouths made eerie smiles. Duan said digging solved only half. More rights and fees remained. The chief sought township money, but was scolded for feudal superstition. Duan returned to Chuxiong, saying leaving this dragon vein land prevented harm. Government relocation later cost many times Duan's fee. Dinner ended at 2. We slept on the committee building's 2nd floor. Soft steps paced the corridor. Worse, 2 children seemed to whisper beneath my bed, words unclear, sometimes laughing. Next day in Longji, old friends insisted on tea. Recounting Shiaku, I remembered the recording. Static and insects, heavy dragging, voices through a vat of water. A dozen seconds later, A bizarre voice sounded at my ear. "Drag it out, drag it out." Then came another clear sentence, exactly the caged madman's words. Every man paled. I stopped playback, said goodbye, and rode non-stop to Jindong. For a long time, Ansheng and I shared a dream. In black night, wind roared as I turned helplessly somewhere unknown. The swollen doorway face appeared. My sight blurred, then cleared in the Tango restaurant. Oil lamp lit, bowed figures scraping. Only the corner shadow was gone. Black figures instead filled the street, swollen, death-grey faces approaching slowly from every side. Painful, low coughs rose and fell, as if all Shiaku's dead came together. I always awoke sweating. Ansheng dreamed it too. Every detail matched. By chance, I later met Mr. Duan. Hearing my story, he said little and performed measures for Ansheng and me that I can't describe. Leaving, he said, "Never return there in this lifetime." I never did. Still, I can't say whether the doorway face, eating figures and crouching darkness were dreams or fearful hallucinations. But the phone recording, the madman's words, and the two children buried alive upside down in the dragon vein, one wearing